So, Carlton Town TV after the Halesowen game, and what a rollercoaster of a match. I mean, that had everything. What do you make of it, just as an overall?
Just a great response from last week, really. We got the boys in a little bit early today, had a good chat about last week, because that was 100% a one-off. And we just cleared the air a little bit. Obviously made one or two changes, but no scapegoats. We just picked a team that could potentially beat Halesowen today. I'm just pleased that we've bounced back quickly, which we always do. But it's not easy when you're playing one of the top teams straight after. Really pleased for the boys, pleased for everybody at the club, because what a day for everybody at the club this has been.
Well, let's talk about quite a, like you say, you put a team out that you felt could win this game, and then 5 minutes in you take a blow. Keeper goes off. I understand that it's not good.
No.
That's got to be a massive spanner in the works for you from a sideline point of view of, like, we've still got a long point of the game to go. How we approach this?
Yeah, because I thought we started really well. You sometimes say to yourself, how's your luck? Obviously we think Mark's broke his collarbone, where it won't be wrong, but it's not looking good. He's up at the hospital now. The most important thing is that he's okay. From our point of view, now Toll's gone in goal, and he's done exceptionally well. He didn't have to do anything too dramatic, but the important thing for us was, when that happened, was that we kept on front foot. We kept attacking, because the best form of defence is attacking, and I felt that the lads responded really well. 2 poor goals from us, to be honest, because we win the first ball in the air, we don't concede them. But they're a good side, they're relentless, they keep coming at you, but we chose to go on the front foot rather than the back foot and still try and win the game with a striker in goal.
And before we talk about, like, the roller coaster that was that, Niall did a cracking job in goal, considering, like, he's not used to doing that. Yeah. He's not getting called up for that every day, and he held himself, head high.
He was with Forest as a youngster, as a keeper, so he's no fool to being in goal. Obviously, he hasn't played at senior level of any stretch, but I think well played for Niall in there. But fair play to the boys in front of him, and I mean every man, that we more or less, they did the woodwork, but we've kept the ball away from our goal a lot of periods of that game. You can't say they had 7 or 8 chances and he's had to pull off worldies. It hasn't been that way, and I think the draw was a really fair result. We could have nicked it in the end, but I think it was a fair result on the balance of play.
It's got to be hard. The other thing which has to be very much applauded on our side is we were behind a lot in that game and had to react to it. That was the way the game played out. You've got to be able to manage that, to come back time and time again. Yeah. To the point where even at the end, it looked like a win might be.
Look, we said we were going to try and win the game. But I also asked at the start that we started showing some spirit. Carlton's always been renowned since we've been here of fighting spirit, and it wasn't there last week. And I said, the one thing we need to show on the pitch is that we do care, and we will battle for everything. And that was really positive to show that today against, as I say, a really, really good side. And I've got to give the lads credit. They let themselves down a little bit last week, but we look at ourselves at a club. We've made a decent progress in the Trophy and the FA Cup, which helped the club. Semi-finals of the Senior Cup against Nottingham Forest at home coming up. Still knocking on the doors of the playoffs. There's 24 points to play for. So fair play to them, because on the whole, they do this club credit.
Well, let's look at some of the positives of this.
Yeah.
And number one would be that we've got some goal of the seasons in that, right?
What, out of the poker is off his arse?
Yeah, that one. I don't want to discredit that, but let's be honest. The first and the last are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal goals. Talk me through your view on the bench, because I was stood here watching you celebrate, and those have got to be a bit special, right?
Yeah, it's special because, as I say, you haven't got your goalie in. The first one was Nat. I thought Nat, OC, and Halesowen ripped them apart at times. Their back four first half, and that's where the goal come from. Some quick passing movement from all three. Great finish from Alex. Lozers is gone past one. I think he's gone past another, and I'm saying, don't hit it, don't hit it. Goal! And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what a finish that is. Yeah, I knew it was coming.
As a Man City fan, it's a little bit of the Vincent Company pep lark of going in no circumstance shoot, and then you're like, oh, end up eating your words as it happens.
Fair play, he can strike a ball, Loss. He's just not shown me yet until today.
Yeah, exactly. He's taking your words right now.
And he was outstanding today, and he deserved it. As was every player on the park. You know, nobody deserved to be on the losing side today.
And I think one of the things that's underrated in this is it weren't the best conditions either. As it like, as much as it may not have been raining, we had heavy rain overnight, so the pitch weren't like exactly how we'd want it. It was windy.
Yeah.
It's not the nicest of football to step out on and play 90 minutes in.
No.
And yet everyone grinded for 90.
Well, not so much as ground. I think the football we played was superb at times. You know, we never once went direct. We played through the channels. You know, we had a system where we said at the start that we're not going direct. We want to get people on the ball like Jared, Nat, OC, etc. because they're good footballers, and we didn't go direct at all on a pitch. I don't think the pitch affected it. I thought the pitch played really well for this time of year. You know, there's not many pitches that would hold up like that, and I thought both sides, credit to them. I don't think either will complain about the pitch. I think it was excellent. You know, they're a top side. They'll go to the wire. I've just found out that Ilkeston's drew. Yeah. So it's been some day for the top clubs. Chasetown's lost. So it's all to play for, and it's a good place to be, Stoke Lane, at the minute.
I think an important thing, like on the back of that, is to look where we've come, and irrelevant of the fact that there are 24 points to play for.
Yeah.
Like, what a difference from when you first came here to now where we're at, and the positive vibe around the really consistent and positive way of playing football. A game like today surely shows that off, and you must be really proud of it.
Yeah, because I know we're going to have a big crowd. We'd get some people in today who's perhaps not come and seen us before because a lot of our local teams weren't playing. And it's important that we put on a show, and it's the same when we play Forest. You know, we're hell bent on doing well in the Senior Cup. What a signing OC's turned out to be, by the way, Mr. Chairman, because he got us through that one, and he got the Chairman's beloved Forest through to the semi-final. But that's the way we play, and you know, it won't change. I don't think many teams would put an extra strike on at half time with a striker in goal, you know, which is what we did to be positive. There's no point coming here today and losing 2-1, 3-1. We had to try and get a result, and we have. And credit to everybody at the club. And you know, I want to, while we're on the subject of the club, just credit everybody, the chairman, the committee, yourselves, Boatsy. You know, it's going in the right place because everybody's going in the right direction. It's not just management and players, it's everybody at the club. It's a nice place to be. You look around the team, nobody's leaving. You know, we'll play a Senior Cup, we full Stoke side because nobody leaves. Nobody wants to leave, and that tells you that we're in a good place.
And therefore,
God, there's a lot of questions, isn't it? Can I get a pie in a minute?
Chairman might even buy you one. It's a little tribute to Gatsby there. Finally, looking forward. So you're actually at home, and then, like you say, Senior Cup, etc. What to expect? Because it is tough. We're like, you know, we're going to do our bit.
Yeah.
You know,
we're going to try and win every game. That's all we can do. We'll try and win every game as long as we treat every game like we did today. We'll be fine. At the end of the day, the pressure isn't on us. If we have another season in this league, it's not the end of the world. It's good for development. If we manage to scramble in the playoffs, then we could actually win them. But for me, it's about treating every game like we did today, and then let's see where it takes us.
Well, let's hope it takes us the whole way.
Okay, cheers.
Well done, boys.